Hello everybody, Connor, BoatsDon'tSink here. Welcome back for another week of Weekly Weiss for July 8th, 2022. This is a bit, sort of short notice compared to the last one, since it's only been like 4 days, it hasn't really been a week. And as a result, we haven't really gotten a whole lot of new information, new news, anything like that. Today, July 8th, the Bushiroad floor rules for both Vanguard, Weiss, Buddy Fight, etc. Did update. It was a rather large update, but not much that's actually very important to Weiss. It's mostly clerical stuff, some changes in penalties, etc. Nothing that I think players need to be too concerned with, other than a couple of things. First of which is sleeve size. This one, again, isn't as important for Weiss as it was for Vanguard. During the last regional season, there were a lot of issues with Vanguard players playing with standard-sized sleeves, either on their cards or as oversleeves. Floor rules have been updated to make sure you're playing with the right size of sleeves for your cards. Again, not a huge issue for Weiss, because you obviously can't fit your Weiss cards inside small sleeves. And they don't really make anything bigger that's going to be readily available that you might just go out and buy. Without intentionally looking for something bigger. So, not a huge deal for Weiss, but if you're a Vanguard player, you know, take note, don't use standard size sleeves for your mini size cards, use mini sleeves and mini over sleeves. Don't use standard sleeves as over sleeves for your minis, etc. There were a lot of issues with this at regionals, and it's something that judges are pushing for moving forward, to make sure everyone's using the right size of sleeves. Another thing that will be relevant to Weiss players moving forward into mainly Rumble, Bushiroad Rumble Online 2022 next month in August, they did add a section to the floor rules for cutting a deck if players aren't physically able to cut decks. And they've basically just added what everyone was already doing and what was accepted as the way to cut a deck, where you separate your deck into 3 piles, and the other player will declare what order to stack the piles back up in. So that's, you know, basically what everyone was already doing. If you go look at any footage from the previous online events, you'll see that's what most people are doing. And it's a good way to handle cutting in an event where you're online, you're not able to physically cut the other player's deck. In addition to the floor rules updates, Cardfight Vanguard did get their restriction list update today, but there has been no news or announcement or anything of a Weiss restriction list update, so I think it's fairly safe to say that we'll probably be going into both Rumble and BCS with the current restriction list that only affects Batman, Ninja, Data Live, and Kaguya. I don't think we'll be seeing Mushoku restrictions prior to the fall season. Maybe afterwards. Small chance that maybe we'll see it like between Rumble and BCS after the Rumble results come in. But that's kind of short notice. We don't know when the first regionals are, so we don't know how many weeks that's going to give us. But for now, no news of a restriction list for Weiss. And lastly, Chainsaw Man did, I mean, we pretty much knew it was coming because of the promo, but they did actually make a tweet about it a few days ago, announcing that Chainsaw Man is going to be releasing in English. They didn't really give us anything other than that, other than, you know, stay tuned. It's getting a trial deck plus and a booster pack, which was pretty obvious. The Japanese website has added product pages for both the trial deck and booster pack, but there's no information on them. It's just title code CSM coming 2023. We don't know anything else past that. So if it's 2023, the anime starts in October, I believe. So I mean, it's probably gonna be like March, April at the earliest, I would think. So we've got some time before we really need to be getting any information on that. Beyond that, this, you know, has been a slow week. We've gotten a lot of news in the last, say, you know, 3-4 weeks. It's kind of, I've honestly been surprised. Like, every week that I've done this, I've had a decent bit to talk about. So I do expect that to start slowing down moving forward. until we get maybe an autumn announcement stream with sets for the start of next year. I don't think we'll be seeing anything else until then, so I am going to try to fill some of the gaps with some new videos coming out for you guys. I'm going to try to get some deck profiles uploaded. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know I do try to focus on content for newer players getting into the game, something they can understand. I'm probably with most of these, not going to go super in-depth on, you know, meta techs and stuff like that, but rather I want to provide a starting place for players to look at and be able to work from, for new players to easily understand. So I'm going to try to get some deck profiles uploaded. If it's possible in the coming weeks, I might try to get some gameplay recorded and uploaded. It's hard for me to get good gameplay footage, just with scheduling with locals and actually getting the equipment to do so. But might try to do that some in the future, but I'll definitely have some deck profiles coming out for the recent releases, and I'm planning on once Danmachi comes out next week to get some of that as well. Until then, thank you for watching. I know this one was pretty short and uneventful, but thank you nonetheless. You can find me at BoatsDon'tSink on Twitter, and you can find the store at Iron City Games on Facebook or ironcitygames.tcgplayerpro.com, where you can get any singles that you need. And pre-order playsets as well. We do have playsets for everything up through November-ish, up on the TCG Player Pro website. You can check those out, pre-order playsets, buy singles, etc. Build some cool decks, and we will see you next week.